डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन युनिव्हर्सिटी.
Namaskar. Welcome to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University online video session. Today we are going to discuss ENGM 308 third year BA English paper of the study of essays. Let us start our work. Look, you can see over here we have to start BA English TYBA the study of essay ENGM 308 Unit 8 Part 1. The essay is named as On the Art of Living with Others by Sir Arthur Helps. The essay on the art of living with others is written by Sir Arthur Helps, and now we have to discuss how the author has become the essayist and what is the core part of the essay on the art of living with others. Before that, we discussed already the title of the essay. Because we are focusing on unit 8, you must remember that we had already completed unit 1 to 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and almost all the units you should remember that they are in two parts. Here it is part 1, and as usually you have to study part 1 and part 2 both. On the art of living with others, the essay is written by Sir Arthur Helps. And how he has written that essay, what are his ideas, views regarding the form of the essay, how the essay should be written, how the essay should be contemplated, who are the readers of the essay. All these things are discussed by Sir Arthur Helps in this particular essay on the art of living with others. So let us discuss all these things. The essay is on the art of living with others, and the title of the essay and the essayist is Sir Arthur Helps. The essay on the art of living with others is almost the discussion about his ideology and his views, that why the essay form should sustain, why there is a need of the essay form. Previously we discussed the importance and significance of the essay form as per the other chapters and other essayists, but now we are going to focus on the ideology and ideas of Sir Arthur Helps, what he wanted to say or what he wanted to give us with this particular thought, that we are going to see in this essay on the art of living with others. This is the photograph, the picture of Sir Arthur Helps. His period of time is between 1813 to 1875. Of course, he is the man of 19th century. And objectives of this particular session we are going to discuss, that is about the author, the essayist, Sir Arthur Helps. Then introduction to essay form. Look, we had already discussed the essay form previously in almost all unit 1 to 7 chapters, but now in this session we are focusing on his ideology, on Sir Arthur's ideas regarding the form of the essay, his reasons for having an essay form, why there is a need of essay form as per his thoughts, and what is in the art of essay writing. Essay writing is basically a skill. It's a one kind of technique. It should be implemented reciprocally, sequentially, with certain kind of methods and certain kinds of specific kinds of techniques. These were given in this particular essay by Sir Arthur Helps. So let's see that how it comes. Look, this is a brainy quote from Arthur Helps's ideology. He said, "Every happiness is a hostage to fortune." Why I had taken this? Because I wish to tell you that before initiating the essay form, his quotes over here gives us the idea that what is in his mind, what is his ideology, how is his mindset, what he thinks about that you have to think. Why he had given the stress on the form of essay, or how the essays should be written, that is important so far as the great essayist Arthur Helps is concerned. Is another idea. Routine is not organization any more than paralysis is order. Look, he believed that particular thing should be kept with a particular kind of order, and if it is too much order, that it becomes paralysis, it becomes a paralysis. So he means that there is a necessity and need of uniqueness, and even certain irregularity or certain uncanny is very much important to bring the uniqueness, to bring the difference, to show the differentiation, discrimination. That is what he believed. His essays, written as the intervals of business, had appeared in 1841, and his claims on labor, an essay on the duties of the employers to the employed, in 1844. So merely he had written the essays which are very much commercial. You can see they are regarding the social issues, they are about the society, that you should keep in your mind. According to Sir Arthur Helps, the structured and organized approach to writing allows authors to present their ideas and arguments in a clear and concise manner. When you want to think, or genuinely practice the structured and organized approach, you need to allow the authors to present their ideas and arguments in a clear and concise manner. He means over here to show the ideas and ideologies in the form of essay, write and ditto to ditto, write down, note down, keep it in your books, and then present it to the readers and how they feel about those ideas. That is a very important factor in the essay on the art of living with others. He believed, look, that academic writing used by students, scholars, and professionals to communicate complex ideas and theories. Mostly it happens that the academic writing is written purposefully. It generally happens that it is objective oriented, and it also happens that it is mostly or almost it is non-fictional one, rather than the fictional poetry or poems or novels or novella or dramas even. So he means to say that it is more professional, and it is generally related and connected with the students, scholars, or professional community. Introduction to essay form. Look, how he had introduced the essay form, or what is the main important part of the essay form, that is discussed over here. The form of the essay, in the sense the genre, why there is a need of essay form, the descriptive kind of a writing, why it is needed. You can even write the compositions also, or you can write the literature, the report, the article writing. Instead of article writing or report writing or composition writing or comprehension writing or a literature paper writing, there is a need of essay. The essay comes in the initial stage, in the primary stage, in the fundamental stage. Why? Because the essay form composed of three key elements. Look, here he says an introduction that provides background information, the thesis statement, that means the central statement, the main statement, the capital center sentence, you can say, and it is the statement which is known as the central statement or crown statement in the paragraph, in the composition. The same thing could be implemented over here in the essay. The crown statement which is in the composition could be known over here as a thesis statement in the essay. I think you know the rules of the composition. Why I am telling you? Because they are in your 10th and 11th, 12th standards when you had studied the composition writing of 150 words or 250 or 500 words. There you might have been learning the rules and regulations and terms and conditions of the composition writing, and that is why I am telling you the same kind of technique could be implemented in the essay form also. The main arguments and supporting evidence. Look, the main arguments and supporting evidence. It means that first of all there comes the statement, the thesis statement. Afterwards there are supporting arguments. Then there might be the opposing arguments. Then there might be the contradictory thoughts. Then finally the explanation, the judgment, and then justification, and then there might be the conclusion, the nutshell part of the essay. Generally it happens with the most of the kinds of essays. What he says over here, that is also the same. The main arguments and supporting evidence, conclusion having the key points, and in a nutshell final explanation. And the essay writers, they are the effective communicators of their ideas to thoughtful readers. Look, there is a condition. The essays are the reading material, the reading data for the thoughtful readers. It is not everybody's cup of tea. Everyone can read the poetry, everyone can read the short stories. Mostly it happens the civilians, the people, common people, regularly they are those who are not in the field of literature. They can read the novels and enjoy the poetry and poems, but when there's a matter of essay, or if an intellectual kind of a literature type of the subject, that is a philosophical kind of a subject, the essay becomes for the certain particular kind of audience. The readers, they must be the thoughtful readers. Reasons for having an essay form. What's the reason? Why there is a need of essay form? Sir Arthur Helps, very deliberately he said that these are the important reasons for the essay form: to communicate effectively, to demonstrate critical thinking, to showcase the knowledge, to persuade and convince the community, the audience, the readers, the thoughtful readers, the intellectuals, the mass, and to assess the learning as well as to express creativity. All these things are very much important when there is a concrete reason, when there is a need of a concrete reason for writing an essay. Even one particular reason is also an authentic one to write an essay. About the essayist, look, we discuss everything about the essay and the form of the essay, but you must remember that these were not the common ideas of any essayists. They are completely the subjective ideas of Sir Arthur Helps, what he had believed regarding the form of the essay, about the form of the essay, or why there is a need to write an essay, that were discussed previously over here right now. About the essayist, Sir Arthur Helps said, a renowned thinker and writer born in London 1813. First of all, we should know about who he was. He was born and brought up in London, and he had deep understanding of social and cultural matters. One who is an observer of the society, one who observes the society, is a very good philosopher, instead of the philosopher who is a genuine philosopher who had studied philosophy and is writing about the philosophy, because keen observer is in its true self a true philosopher. by personality. His original ideas in lucid manner, very easily, in a very simple way, he had given his original ideas about the essay form. His acumen and intellectual prowess earned him a place in the Cambridge Epistles. Look, he is considered to be the man of Cambridge. So naturally he is an intellectual, very capable person, one who had very strong potential, and so he was. We can see his ideas over here right now. A think tank, great thinker of the time. Sir Arthur Helps. I think you are not that much familiar with the name Sir Arthur Helps when you compare him with Francis Bacon or William Hazlitt or Charles Lamb or John Galsworthy or Roland Barthes or any other essayists that you had studied previously. But of course you need to remember this great person of 19th century, the man of London, the man of the Cambridge Epistles, because his role in giving the ideas of essays are very significant and very important, so you should remember him clearly. His style of writing. When we learned about how and what is the role of the author as an essayist, as a philosopher, as a social person, as a thinker, as a man of social and cultural interpreter, we must know how he wrote all these things, why he's got this much importance, and how his writing affected the society. He had a unique blend of elegancy, lucidity, and profound insights. These are the three things which are very much core and very much crucial. In fact, the initial condition for the author or the writer, the essayist, the novelist, the literature person to become the man of popular category, the man of the first category, you can say. He was a master of the art of essay writing, and his essays continue to be studied and appreciated by students of literature and philosophy to this day. So he is known to be the man of literature, the man of philosophy, as you had already learned it in the previous part also. His essays provide invaluable insights into the complexities of human relationship. Look, we are going to study on the art of living with others. Here he himself noted us, he himself indicated us that we are going to see how the individual human being's role in the society, how he behaved with others in the society. That is what is the core part of the essay. Human relationship, practical guidance for achieving peace and understanding among people from different backgrounds and cultures. Of course, his essay could be the most important factor to understand the acculturation when one wants to teach the cultural studies, when one wants to teach the interculturalism, multiculturalism, in the cosmopolitanism, in the technical communication. They can utilize this particular ideas of Sir Arthur Helps, and you can, of course, you can quote him over there in the multiculturalism or in cross-cultural communication of BTech and engineering students who are learning over there. They can utilize his ideas over there. His approach to essay writing. Sir Arthur Helps, the man of essay writing, the man who is known as an essayist, how he was writing the essays, this we are supposed to study exactly. His clarity and coherence, these are the two main things that you can find from his essays. He believed an essay should be well organized with a clear structure that guides the reader through the writer's arguments and ideas. So basically he believed in proper structure of the essay. The essay should have a thesis statement, then supporting paragraph, then the argumenting paragraph, the contradictory arguments, then explanation of the contradictory arguments, the justification of the thesis statement, then finally the conclusion part. And in the end of the conclusion part, in a nutshell, the most important thing, the main statement to be justified in the end. So this is a structure and it must be followed in a proper essay writing as per Sir Arthur Helps. He develops his arguments in the body of the essay using evidence and examples to support his ideas before concluding with a summary of his key points. Look, he believed all these things, and that's why we are supposed to study this sincerely. He wrote about social injustice, social inequality to the nature of love and human relationship. Now, what are his core ideas in the essay, The Art of Living with Others, that we are going to study thoroughly in part 2 of unit number 8. As I told you, there are always 2 parts of one unit. So in core part of this session, part 2 session, you will study basically what is in the core part of his essay that we are going to discuss over there. His views of wit and humor and the satire. What he believed, look, wit, humor and satire are the integral part of the literature. No one can survive, not a single author can survive without wit and humor and satire. It is but natural, and it is an initial need of the readers also, because if they enjoy and get the entertainment, then only they will be accustomed to do reading. They will adhere to reading. So he highlighted the follies and shortcomings of society and human behavior. And what he did that with that things in this particular essay, he explored the rich insight of complexities of human relationship. Look what he did. He utilized the follies and the shortcomings, the deficiencies of society, the problems and the errors of the society, and the errors of the human behavior in a very transparent way, and he profited all these things in his writing. He took the benefit of all these follies and shortcomings of society and utilized it as a complex part of the human relationship, and then he started his writing with these things. So these are the equipments, these are the instruments for him to write the essay. He argued that the key to harmonious living is empathy and understanding, and he emphasizes the importance of tolerance, compromise, forgiveness in building strong and lasting relationships. Look, this is the big philosophical sentence. Gio or Ginedo, वही the same sentence could be kept over here. Live and let live. What people say, living is empathy and understanding, and emphasizes the importance of tolerance, compromise and forgiveness. This is the actual key of the happiness of the human life, that if you have tolerance to suffer, if you have compromise, if you are compromising in every situation, if you forgive all and love all, even your enemies, then you are building the strong and everlasting relationship. This is the actually genuine universal truth of the philosophy, and this could be found in Srimad Bhagavad Gita also, and it could be found in the great philosophers' thinkings also. So everywhere this is the common thing which he said, but of course it is necessary to be implemented for the human relationship. In a nutshell, his essays provide elegance, lucidity and creativity and moral purpose in his writing. Look, why he wrote the essay? As I told you, there is a moral objective, there is a moral teaching. His essays are a didactic kind of essays, what Plato had told about didacticism, that could be implemented over here in his essay. It is, of course, a didactic kind of writing. It's a preaching and teaching rather than torturing. So his essays provide valuable model of aspiring writers. We are going to see the core part of the essay, unit number 8, the essay on the art of living with others, in the next session. So goodbye all and God bless you.
स्वाध्यायः परः